Yeah. Analytics off the chain, other channels not the same. Jake and Kyle, you know the name. Headliner Nation, we running the game. I'm a headliner.
What is going on, Headliner Nation? Jake, Fantasy Headliners. Hopefully everybody's doing well out there. Today we're talking about some quarterback rankings and some running back rankings for Week 5 fantasy football. However, before we get into those, let's give stuff away for free because everybody likes free things. If you like free things, hit the like button. If you don't like free things, there's timestamps down below for you. But if you've noticed over the past couple weeks, on Fridays, we're opening up mystery boxes from Pristine Auction. I have a couple of them sitting right here behind me. Now, on the following Thursday, which would be today, we give away an item from that box to you, the viewer, for free. Today's item, a signed Deebo Samuel San Francisco 49ers jersey. Beautiful jersey. Loved it. I would like to keep this jersey, but no, we're going to give it away to a viewer. How do you qualify? Because I'm going to pick a winner tomorrow. How do you get in on this giveaway? Well, it's super easy. First, just leave a comment down below and let me know you're interested. Make your comments funny, make them interesting. Hey, give it to me, Jake. However you want to throw it down below in the comments section. Then head over to pristineauction.com, create a free account using the promo code Headliners. It's free. We're going to send you a $10 off coupon for whenever you decide to make a purchase, but then you're entered in to the giveaway that we'll announce here tomorrow on the Tailgate Show when we open up another box to see maybe something we'll give away next week. So hit that subscribe button. You do not want to miss these weekly giveaways from our friends over at Pristine Auction, the most trusted auction site for all things memorabilia. You can get anything over there. Everything in my room is from Pristine Auction. All comes with certificates of authenticity. Great stuff. So make sure you check that out as well. But now is the time that we head into some rankings. Let's talk about our top 20 quarterbacks here for Week 5 fantasy football. And we'll kick it off right here. Number 1, Josh Allen, Buffalo Bills, a matchup, a potential shootout matchup, going up against the Kansas City Chiefs in a Buffalo offense that's just clicking on all cylinders. Got Josh Allen, number 1. Number 2, Kyler Murray, Arizona Cardinals, a matchup where he's at home against the San Francisco 49ers. Kyler is a human cheat code. He can light it up through the air. He can light it up on the ground. He can get you touchdowns all over the field, and he's got plenty of weapons for a high ceiling. Got him at number 2. Number 3, Lamar Jackson, Baltimore Ravens, going up against the Indianapolis Colts on Monday Night Football. Lamar in primetime equals showtime, and I'm expecting some big numbers from Lamar here this week. Got him at number 3. Number 4, Patrick Mahomes, Kansas City Chiefs, going up against Josh Allen and those Buffalo Bills. Why is Mahomes not number 2? Honestly, the Bills' defense is pretty freaking solid, and even though Mahomes still going to have a great day, he may not have one of those huge ceiling days that we've seen in the past. Got him at number 4. Number 5, Tom Brady, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, a great matchup for him going up against the Miami Dolphins. Tom has looked human the past few weeks, but that's okay. The touchdowns are still there, and so are the weapons. Got him at number 5. Number 6, Matthew Stafford of the Los Angeles Rams, a matchup Thursday Night Football tonight against the Seattle Seahawks. And we know Matthew Stafford has an abundance of weapons in an offense that's really allowing him to go out there and potentially hit a ceiling every single week. Love the matchup. Got him at number 6. Number 7, Dak Prescott, Dallas Cowboys, going up against the New York Football Giants. Dak at home. I love it. The Dallas Cowboys are playing great football. Sure, some of his weapons are banged up right now. We know Amari Cooper, not 100%, still know Michael Gallup, but with CeeDee Lamb and the tight end usage he's been seeing here the past few weeks, I got Dak still sitting right here at number 7. Number 8, this is where I have discount double suck it tour, Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, he started a week late this season, but he is continuing it all year long. Now a matchup going up against the Cincinnati Bengals. And why do I like Aaron Rodgers so much this week? Well, I really like the Cincinnati Bengals' ability to score points. Joe Burrow is looking great, which means we could see a back and forth matchup between both of these guys. Got Rodgers at number 8. Number 9, Jalen Hurts, Philadelphia Eagles, a matchup going up against the Carolina Panthers, a difficult defense. Now, luckily, Carolina isn't going to have Stephon Gilmore this week, but that secondary going forward in Carolina, oof, that's going to be a handful, especially once they get back J.C. Horn from his broken foot. But right now, Jalen Hurts with his rushing upside on a weekly basis gives him that safe floor. Got him at number 9. Number 10, Justin Herbert, Los Angeles Chargers, a difficult matchup for him going up against the Cleveland Browns, but we've seen a different Justin Herbert over the past 2 weeks, and he's really starting to play well and lock onto other receivers. He's not just sticking with just Mike Williams and just Keenan Allen. He's spreading the ball around, Austin Eckler getting involved more in the passing game, and it's really helping his overall numbers take a leap up. Right now, got Justin Herbert number 10. Number 11 is Russell Wilson, Seattle Seahawks. They play Thursday Night Football tonight against Matthew Stafford and the Rams. And the reason why I still have Russ here inside the top 12 at number 11 is that big play potential, right? We know that he may not go out there and have a huge day. A very difficult defense to go up against, especially throwing the ball here with Jalen Ramsey included. But the big plays of DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett really boost that ceiling because of not needing so much volume, right? Russell Wilson can go out there and only throw the ball 25 times and still put up 20 plus fantasy points as a quarterback. That's why I still like him here inside the top 12. Got him at number 11. Number 12, this is where I have Joey B, the Tiger King, Joe Burrow, going up against Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. Spoke on this matchup a little bit earlier. I can definitely see some back and forth scoring here. Burrow been playing great football as of late. Got him at number 12. Number 13 is Kirk Cousins, Minnesota Vikings, with a great matchup going up against the Detroit Lions. That's why I basically have him this high, right? You got Justin Jefferson, you got Adam Thielen, the usage of the tight ends, plus how much Dalvin Cook do we see? Is he somewhat limited in this game, and they have to rely throwing the ball down the field a little bit more? That's why I got Cousins at 13. Number 14 is Sam Darnold, Carolina Panthers, with a matchup going up against the Philadelphia Eagles at home in Carolina. Sam Darnold playing great football, leading the league in rushing touchdowns, which is absolutely mind-blowing. The connection between him and DJ Moore there on a weekly basis. I like Sam Darnold, got him at 14. 15, this is where I have Derek Carr of the Las Vegas Raiders going up against the Chicago Bears. One thing we know about Las Vegas is their running game, not that great. Even with Josh Jacobs back, they're still very inefficient. They're going to need to rely on throwing the ball every single game. Plus, they've had this tendency over the past few weeks to fall behind early, having to play catch-up, throw all 4 quarters, boosting the stats of Derek Carr. That's why I got him at 15. Number 16, this is where I have Trey Lance of the San Francisco 49ers. Now, I'm kind of foreseen things here because technically Jimmy G isn't ruled out yet, and saying that he's a game time decision, I don't see that happening. This should be Trey Lance in the start against the Arizona Cardinals in Arizona. Now, I expect him to make some mistakes, right? That's going to happen, but we see the flashes, we see the rushing upside, we see the potential of throwing touchdowns deep down the field and calling his own number around the goal line, rushing it in himself. Trey Lance is one of those guys that is kind of similar to Jalen Hurts, right? If we know once they're committed to him, this guy could definitely be a top 10, top 12 option weekly, with the slight question mark here in the first ever full start. Got him dropped down a couple spots just until we hear a little bit more information. Got him at 16. 17, Taylor Heineke, Washington football team, going up against the New Orleans Saints. Heineke is like a man on a mission out there. He's literally kind of like Ryan Fitzpatrick, right? He's doing the same things we expected from Fitzmagic. He's playing great, putting up big numbers on a weekly basis, but most importantly, he's protecting the football. Got him at number 17. Number 18 is Daniel Jones, New York Giants, going up against the Dallas Cowboys in Dallas, and that's why I dropped him down a few spots. Dallas is just playing so good right now. Trayvon Diggs on the outside is basically a shutdown corner at this point. Plus, he really still doesn't have all of his weapons, does Daniel Jones. Not that that's a huge problem, because we actually saw him do more with less last week, but with this tough matchup against Dallas in Dallas, tempered some expectations, got him at 18. Number 19, this is where I have Matt Ryan, Atlanta Falcons, and Matt Ryan actually has played pretty well as of late. I'm not a huge fan of London games. I'm really not. But with Matt Ryan in London going up against the Jets, it's a difficult matchup. The Jets are easier to run on than they are to throw on. But the problem is Atlanta doesn't run the ball very much. They're reliant on the likes of Cordell Patterson. So perfect. Love that. Throw the ball 54 times to Cordell Patterson, because we're all going to have him in our lineups here. This week got Matt Ryan at 19. Which leaves us number 20, Ryan Tannehill, Tennessee Titans, and I hate to have him this low, but without A.J. Brown potentially, without Julio Jones potentially, it's just one of those situations where the ceiling is super, super limited. Plus, in a matchup against Jacksonville, where they may not have to throw the ball as much, let's just pound Derrick Henry 35 times on the ground, get the first down through the air when we need it, and just continue to roll on and hopefully get a win for the Tennessee Titans. Got him right here at number 20, but I hate to see Ryan Tannehill dropping this far. Please, Julio, AJ, get healthy. Tanny needs you. All right, so now it's time to transition over into running backs, right? And just last week, I switched from my quick and dirty top 30 to my top 40 running backs because a lot of people wanted me to go deeper. You know what I'm talking about. But here's the problem. I still haven't found a great name for my top 40 running backs. We had a lot of submissions in last week's video. I saw running the 40 and hey, shorty, here's your top 40. I mean, I saw some creative ones, but I still haven't found that one that just really made me go, yes. That's what I'm talking about. I haven't seen that one yet, so if you can think of anything, put it down below in the comment section. But here we go. Let's dive into our top 40 running backs for Week 5 fantasy football. And number one, it's none other than Derrick Henry himself, Tennessee Titans. We just talked about Ryan Tannehill for the quarterback rankings, right? Not having the weapons on the outside. Just continue to pound Derrick Henry against the Jacksonville Jaguars. I expect it to happen again, and King Henry is on top in almost every category. Once again, got him at number one. Number two, maybe a little bit of a surprise, Zeke Elliott, Dallas Cowboys, really looking like vintage Zeke, right? He's running well. He's running hard. Quick decisions, quick cuts, getting up the field, not running into the back of his offensive lineman. A matchup this week against the Giants. I actually like Zeke a lot. Got him sitting right here at number two. Number three, Alvin Kamara, New Orleans Saints, with a matchup here this week going up against the Washington football team. What's a little bit concerning is the lack of pass catching work for Alvin Kamara. However, they're getting him a buttload of carries on the ground. The guy has gone over 20 carries 3 out of 4 games this season, which is not something we're used to seeing from Alvin Kamara. The volume is still there, but they're going to have to utilize him through the air a little bit more to boost that ceiling. They're going to try to get it re-implemented here this week, I believe, to try to make sure he stays on track for another weapon in this pass catching offense, which desperately needs it right now. Got Kamara at 3. Number 4, Aaron Jones, Green Bay Packers. A little bit disappointing last week because we saw so much A.J. Dillon, right? May not be able to see that this week if the Cincinnati Bengals can keep pace and keep this game close, which I believe they can. Got Aaron Jones at number 4. Number 5, Saquon Barkley, New York Giants. Great matchup between Barkley and Zeke there in Dallas. Saquon Barkley really relied upon in this offense now with the injured weapons on the outside, and he looked great, looked 100% healthy last week. Got him right there at number 5. Number 6, Nicholas Chubb of the Cleveland Browns. Now, a lot of people still asking questions. Am I worried about Chubb? No, you're not. The dude is number 2 in the NFL in rushing. Not every week is going to be 20 fantasy points. A matchup this week against the Los Angeles Chargers doesn't really matter on the matchup. They're still getting this guy over 20 carries a game, and he's going to continue to be utilized all 4 quarters. Got him sitting at number 6. Number 7, though, is his opponent in that game. It's Austin Eckler, Los Angeles Chargers. A difficult matchup for him going up against Cleveland. But the way they're utilizing Austin Eckler with a mixture on the ground and through the air is really making this ceiling high on a weekly basis. We see him running wheel routes along the outside for long touchdowns. We see him running between the tackles. We see him getting goal line carries. He is everywhere. Love what we're seeing from Austin Eckler. Got him at number 7. Number 8, right now, this is where I have Dalvin Cook of the Minnesota Vikings. Now, word is coming out that more than likely he's going to try to play through it, but he's going to be limited, and that is what worries me, because in a matchup going up against the Detroit Lions, how much do they really want to, pound Dalvin Cook into the ground? Do they really need to in this game? Maybe they rely a little bit more on Alexander Madison to keep Dalvin as fresh as possible. That's why I've dropped him down a couple spots, got him at number 8. Number 9, Najee Harris, though, Pittsburgh Steelers, a matchup going up against the Denver Broncos. Not easy, but Najee is option number 1 in this offense, right? Not only just running the ball on the ground, but receiving through the air as well. Guys got over 27 targets in the last 2 weeks. They're heavily utilizing him because Big Ben is really, really struggling. Got Najee Harris at number 9. Number 10, Jonathan Taylor, Indianapolis Colts, a matchup for him this week, going up against the Baltimore Ravens Monday Night Football. We kind of saw him get back on track last week. Plus, over the past few weeks, Jonathan Taylor's been running the ball at over 6 yards per carry. The explosiveness is there. We just need the volume. That's why I got Jonathan Taylor right here at number 10. Then number 11, James Robinson, Jacksonville Jaguars, a matchup going up against the Tennessee Titans. Urban Meyer better not screw this up like he's screwing other things up and actually utilize Carlos Hyde, who's going to, looks like he's going to be healthy here for this ball game. They need to continue to run J-Rob. He's doing great, playing well, involved in the passing game, finding the end zone. Got James Robinson at 11. Then number 12, Darrell Henderson, Los Angeles Rams, Thursday Night Football against the Seattle Seahawks. Decent matchup for Hendo. Plus, it was great to see him on the field and really not utilizing a 50-50 split there with Sony Michel. It was heavy Henderson last week, which means they're confident in him playing all 4 quarters. Got him at number 12. Number 13, then, is DeAndre Swift, Detroit Lions, going up against the Minnesota Vikings. And I love DeAndre Swift. What I don't love is Dan Campbell playing stupid out there. Quit trying to be cute. You're still the Lions, Dan. Utilize the playmakers you got. The best one you probably have is DeAndre Swift. Quit limiting his touches. Get him the ball and let him go to work, Dan. That's why I got DeAndre Swift at number 13, because Dan is going to get his act together here this week. Number 14, Kareem Hunt, Cleveland Browns, going up against the Los Angeles Chargers. Yes, Hunt and Chubb can coexist. Right now, Hunt is absolutely dominating in fewer touches than Nick Chubb, but they run the ball and utilize these running backs so much that both these guys have top 12 potential on a weekly basis. I got Hunt sitting right here at 14. Number 15, maybe a little bit of a shock. It's Damian Harris of the New England Patriots. They have a matchup here this week going up against the Houston Texans. And yes, I want to start a running back against the Houston Texans when possible. Damian Harris coming off a bad game last week where the Buccaneers allowed like -4 yards rushing. The guy needs to get back in the positive. They need to continue running the football to open things up for Mac Jones, who's starting to improve as well. Got Damian Harris at 15. 16, Cordero Patterson of the Atlanta Falcons. They're playing in London against the New York Jets, and Cordero Patterson is just one of these guys right now that we're riding the hot wave with. It probably will not last for 17 games, but right now the way he's utilized in this offense is kind of an extension of the running game, and he's putting up big numbers due to his pass catching volume and his touchdowns. Got him at 16. The number 17 is Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Kansas City Chiefs. A very difficult matchup because right now the Buffalo Bills defense is just on fire, right? They are very difficult to move the ball on. They've really been utilizing CEH well the past couple weeks. A lot of people surprised with the production. Not us. The kid is still talented. He's not somebody who we're going to sit in this matchup, but we're going to temper expectations slightly. Got him at 17. 18, Antonio Gibson of the Washington football team with a matchup going up against the New Orleans Saints. Now, you know we love Antonio Gibson, but the kid is just not 100% healthy right now. He's dealing with multiple issues on a weekly basis. Because of that, that's why we're starting to see a little bit more J.D. McKissic from time to time. He's still going to play. He's still going to get touches. He's still going to have the goal line work, and that's why we still have him inside the top 20. The ceiling is just limited. That's why I'm keeping him right here at 18. Number 19, Playoff Lenny, Super Bowl Lenny, so far 2021 Lenny, Leonard Fournette of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, going up against the Miami Dolphins at home. Leonard Fournette is the clear number one in this backfield as of right now. He's producing. He's putting up big numbers. He's finding the end zone. He's involved in the passing game because Gio Bernard is not out there. That's why he is the safer option, in my opinion, right now, and they've actually been utilizing him a lot more here the past couple weeks than we've seen over the past few months of them playing. That's why I got Leonard Fournette at 19. Number 20, this one's a little bit difficult. I have Chuba Hubbard and Christian McCaffrey right here. Why? Because we have no idea what the hell's going on this weekend here with CMC. Coming into the week, this wasn't really a possibility. And then all of a sudden, he began practicing on a limited basis. And now they're saying, we're somewhat hopeful for this week, which is absolutely crazy to hear for Christian McCaffrey. Because does he come back and just get huge volume? No, I don't believe he does. They don't want to re-aggravate it the week that he comes back. Maybe work him in slowly, which means Chuba Hubbard is going to be involved in this backfield as well. Now, if something comes out here late in the week that, hey, sorry, Christian McCaffrey, he's a full go, then yeah, the rankings are going to be adjusted. But at worst, I can see a split here this weekend, something to really pay attention to. I'm hoping, honestly, and I know you don't want to hear this, CMC owners, I kind of hope he sits this weekend and they don't rush him back. Let's go another week at Chuba, and then we'll move forward from there. But as of right now, I put him here together just so we don't forget about him at number 20. 21, though, is Chase Edmonds, Arizona Cardinals, going up against the San Francisco 49ers at home. Chase Edmonds playing great. His ceiling's somewhat capped on a weekly basis because Kyler Murray will take those touchdowns at times. Kyler Murray's got so many weapons on the outside to throw to, but they're starting to utilize Chase Edmonds a little bit more, making him the safer option in this backfield due to the pass-catching upside. Got him at number 21. 22 is Josh Jacobs, Las Vegas Raiders, going up against the Chicago Bears at home in Vegas. And we saw Josh Jacobs return last week, really no setback. So we should see him once again here this week in a heavy workload type of volume. But here's the issue. The inefficiency is just kind of hurting him right now, right? If he doesn't find the end zone, he's not breaking off any big plays to really go out there and get you a huge ceiling day. And they're really utilizing the weapons on the outside now, right? We're seeing a lot of Hunter Renfrow, who's a route running god right now. We're seeing a lot of Darren Waller. We still see some Bryan Edwards, and now we're starting to sprinkle in some Henry Ruggs. They're not just utilizing the running game a lot, plus Kenyon Drake still splitting touches in that backfield. That's why I got Josh Jacobs at 22. 23, another mixture here. Chris Carson and Alex Collins of the Seattle Seahawks going up against the Rams here Thursday Night Football. Chris Carson officially has not been ruled out yet with a neck injury. However, in my opinion, unlikely to play, which means we could see a lot of Alex Collins. What is that ceiling going to look like? It's a difficult matchup for them going up against the Rams, so I'm not going to just all of a sudden say Alex Collins becomes some must-start guy with a huge ceiling, a top 12 guy. No, I'm putting them both here. Back half running back 2, kind of an either or. If both of them play, that is no bueno because they're going to eat into each other's touches. At this point, we're kind of hoping for Carson to sit just so we know how to address this backfield going into Thursday Night Football with Alex Collins. 24 is Joe Mixon, Cincinnati Bengals. Now, a lot of people aren't even including Mixon in their rankings because they're assuming he doesn't play. I don't really get into the business of assuming medical availability. I kind of report what's based off of what we know right this second. As of right now, Joe Mixon hasn't been ruled out just yet. Pay attention to this going into the weekend. We'll talk to the doc about it on Friday. We'll update you on the tailgate episode here last thing, end of the week, maybe at the live show as well on Saturday evening, because we just don't know yet about Joe Mixon. If he does play, he's going to be limited. We're going to see some Samaje Perine, some Chris Evans. It's not exactly sexy, I guess you could say, in a matchup going against the Packers, which could be a lot of back and forth through the air. I just didn't want to have people forget about him, so I put him right here at 24. 25, this is where I have Damian Williams of the Chicago Bears. A lot of people want to just say Damian Williams is like some league winner right now because of the injury to David Montgomery, but don't forget, Damian Williams also banged up, sure, with just a thigh bruise, but it's something to pay attention to. They have a young kid there in Khalil Herbert who we really like, and he could get some opportunities if Damian Williams is limited at all. Got him at number 25. 26, Miles Sanders, Philadelphia Eagles, a difficult matchup for him going up against Carolina, plus his coaching staff just doesn't want to commit him the ball, and it sounds like Jalen Hurts just doesn't like the guy because he never throws him the ball either. Just a mixture of a bad situation, and Miles Sanders continues to drop down the rankings, got him at 26. 27, Zach Moss, Buffalo Bills, that matchup we talked about going up against the Kansas City Chiefs. The reason I have Moss higher than Singletary, Moss still involved in the goal line, still involved more in the passing game. That's why I got him sitting right here at 27. 28's Latavius Murray, Baltimore Ravens, seems to be the number one in this backfield as of right now for the Baltimore Ravens, and they got a matchup going up against the Indianapolis Colts, who at times look vulnerable on the ground. It's Monday Night Football. I expect the Ravens to kind of come out there on fire and try to put up some points quick. We know Murray's getting the goal line carries. That's why I got him at 28. 29, Mike Davis of the Atlanta Falcons going up against the Jets in London. We already know Cordero Patterson is dominating this backfield, but Mike Davis still a guy who's routinely getting right around 7 targets a game. The ceiling just isn't there. It's super capped, right? There's not a huge number that he's capable of on a weekly basis, but it's more of a safer floor play. Got him at number 29. Number 30, James Conner, Arizona Cardinals, a matchup going against the San Francisco 49ers. Like this better because they're at home in Arizona. They're starting to utilize James Conner a little bit more on the ground weekly. Plus, we know he's getting that goal line work because he's starting to score a bunch of touchdowns. Got him at 30. Number 31, Kenneth Gainwell of the Philadelphia Eagles. Really seems to be one of these guys that's slowly taking away more and more work from Miles Sanders. The problem is we haven't seen it on a consistent basis. It's more hit and miss every single week, and this is a very difficult matchup for them going up against Carolina, so I dropped him down to 31. 32 is J.D. McKissic of the Washington football team. Like I said when we talked about Antonio Gibson, McKissic is going to be involved weekly, but the thing with him is he's very big play dependent. If he doesn't get you that 40-yard touchdown, he's really not racking up any points. Do we want to bank on big plays every single week? No, we really don't want to because that's how we get burned. He's still a guy to pay attention to. He's still a flex option, but I got him at 32. 33, Nyheim Hines, Indianapolis Colts, a matchup for them going up against those Baltimore Ravens. Hines struggled here as of late, but you can kind of see this group of running backs, I guess you could say, with McKissic and Hines and Pollard. They're all these same type of running backs, right? They're a change of pace back, a pass catching back that has big play ability, the ability to score touchdowns. And that's why we kind of have them all kind of lumped together because of their same type of ability. It's kind of more boom or bust, but you don't want to forget about them. They can win you your week, and they can also lose you your week. That's why we put them down here as a running back 3. Got Hines at 33. 34, Alexander Madison. We talked about Dalvin Cook. Now, if more word comes out on Cook that he's even going to be more limited this week than last week, Madison will climb up these rankings. Remember, this is a great matchup going up against the Detroit Lions, where whoever gets more touches in this backfield going to have a big game. This could be Alexander Madison because they may not need to use Cook and risk further injury. Got him at 34, but he's somebody I'm watching. 35 is Tony Pollard. We just mentioned him. Dallas Cowboys, a matchup against the Giants. With as well as Zeke is playing right now, it's kind of similar to Nyheim Hines, right? We're looking for that big play for Tony Pollard to be relevant on a weekly basis, but I'm not banking on that play every single week. That's why I got him at 35 as well. 36, Melvin Gordon, Denver Broncos. A matchup for them going up against the Pittsburgh Steelers. A difficult matchup. Melvin Gordon still splitting touches in this backfield with Javonte Williams, who in my opinion is still the better running back, but Melvin Gordon getting more of the touchdown opportunities, and that's why I'm giving him the spot just ahead at number 36. 37, Jamal Williams, Detroit Lions, going up against the Minnesota Vikings. Because Dan Campbell can't figure out who he wants to use on a weekly basis, all of a sudden Jamal Williams' usage shoots up in week 4. Is that something that continues? If it does, it's not a bad matchup. It's just one of those names where I wouldn't be looking forward to starting Jamal Williams, but the usage of 15 touches or so could be there. Got him at 37. 38, Michael Carter of the New York Jets in London against the Atlanta Falcons. A great matchup for Michael Carter. The problem is they don't give him very many scoring opportunities, like ever. I don't think the Jets score very often. And when they do, it's through the air and not on the ground. That's what really limits his upside. Got him at 38. 39 is Devin Singletary, Buffalo Bills. Mentioned him when we talked about Zach Moss. Singletary is still playing well. He's just not getting the scoring opportunities. He's not getting looked at in the passing offense. That's why I dropped him down to 39. And then number 40, Trey Sermon, San Francisco 49ers. I don't love this backfield at all. Elijah Mitchell is still limited. However, in a matchup against Arizona, if they can get a goal line carry, he's somebody who's, could be utilized with Trey Lance under center potentially, though that could limit that. That's why this entire backfield is kind of just a mess in San Francisco and why I have him dropped all the way down to number 40. All right, so there you have it. My top 40 running backs, my top 20 quarterbacks, and the jersey giveaway for the day, right? Make sure, leave that comment down below. Let me know if you're interested in the jersey. Hit the like button and then head over to Pristine Auction and set up a free account. It costs you nothing. It takes like 30 seconds to do. Just use the promo code Headliners. When I select a winner tomorrow, we'll verify that you're signed up and I'm going to ship you a jersey. It's that simple. So hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day, a great week. Good luck this weekend, and we'll talk to you later.